Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Auscast Network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Auscast.
Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah.
G'day.
G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, g'day.
Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah. G'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Ooh.
Ooh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I mean,
I've got Gameria. It's
Yeah.
just I went to the doctor. It's
Ugh,
itchy.
It's big. Yeah, it's not Christmas just yet, but you know.
But
It's almost here.
Yeah, it is close. The Yuletide spirit is upon us.
Ooh, it's all over me. Get it
I'm
off.
covered in Yule.
Yeah.
I'm having a cool Yule. I always have a cool Yule. Ever since I've had this shirt, I've had a cool Yule.
Absolutely.
I'm wearing my cool Yule shirt for anyone wondering.
Just to put that in context.
Tim, the chestnuts are roasting on the open fire.
Yeah.
But there is a fire ban because we're in Australia, so it's hot.
Yeah. So we've had to put the fire out. The chestnuts are just tepid.
We just all you do is put a chestnut outside on the footpath and it just catches fire.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
It's hot.
The walk down here. Ooh.
Yeah.
My feet got toasty.
My feet are on fire. What else is happening with Christmas? Carols are playing. You've got Carol King, Carol Bates,
Yep.
Carol from down the road.
Yep.
All
See
the
how
Christmas carols.
How many carols you can come up with, yeah.
Is Carol Bates a person? I
Carol
think she
Bates is a person. She's an actress, yeah.
Yeah. But so Christmas carols are happening. Tim, what Christmas carols are you listening to right now, mate?
I'm just really into Bublé's early Christmas carol work. A lot of his later stuff, I just feel like he's gone off message. A lot of his early stuff, it's very raw, it's very him. But as he's kind of gotten picked up by the label, a little bit more commercial, I feel like he's just not singing his music anymore. And so I'm sticking with a lot of his early work. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, it's very commercial stuff. I'm digging really deep into the early work of a band called the Wiggles. Listening to the 1996 album Wiggly Wiggly Christmas.
Go Santa Go, right?
Yeah, Go Santa Glow. Go Santa Glow. Go Santa Go. It's a club banger.
Yeah.
The fact that they've tried to bring out newer versions of it, like it just shows they're selling out. Really.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But in more honesty, Trixie Mattel, a drag queen that I'm a big fan of because she's a great country singer, she's brought out a Christmas album, and one of her songs is a parody of All I Want for Christmas, called All I Want for Christmas is Nudes.
Oh.
And it's very good.
Okay.
It's excellent.
It's a good concept. She set up so yeah, I can imagine it's definitely a song.
Speaking of want, need, and nudes, I find that Christmas, the most important thing about Christmas, aside from Lord and Savior Jesus, I think is Jesus Christ, aside from his immaculate conception and birth, on the same day,
it all happened on the exact same
within
day.
a moment.
Yeah.
I find the most important thing about Christmas is presents.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously, gift giving.
Possibly above Jesus.
I would look if you asked children about Jesus or presents, more children will know about presents than they will about Jesus.
We're living in a material world, and I'm a material girl, so
you are.
Yeah.
So Tim, I wanted to talk to you about presents.
You wanted to talk to me specifically about it?
Just you. If anyone else is listening, please stop.
Yeah,
this is
tune
just
out.
Tim and I.
Eavesdrop.
No, don't tune out.
No.
Hey, come back. He's like,
We love you.
Tim, what off the top of your head is your favorite Christmas present that you've ever received?
That I've ever received. Okay, there's probably two that I can think of.
Okay.
From when I was of a childlike nature. I never truly was a child because I'm an immortal being. But
in your younger immortal years,
in my early years, I used to transfigure my form to look like a child. So, Mousetrap, the board game. I know you don't like Mousetrap, but I got it for Christmas one year and I was stoked on it.
Did yours work?
Yeah, it worked fine.
That's why I don't like Mousetrap. Mine didn't work. It was
Yeah, right.
one's fault aside from the manufacturer.
Aside from the people that made the game
Aside from
specifically.
Santa.
Yeah. And another year I got a PlayStation, and they did it as like a little bit of a hunt around where, we're finding a game. We're finding a game, but we haven't found the PlayStation yet. And then we found the PlayStation last. And then we spent the entire day playing PlayStation. It was very good.
I would have much preferred if your parents just got you a game and were like, we couldn't afford the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like, we paid for the game.
Yeah.
What game did you get?
I think I got a bunch of games. Some of them are like from franchises I don't think even exist anymore, like Army Men. There was one called Army Men Air Attack where you were like in a helicopter and you had to fight.
Yeah.
They were like the little green. It was like a PlayStation version of the toy green Army Men.
Yes.
Yeah, and there was ants and stuff. That was really cool. Crash Bandicoot, of course.
Oh, fuck. Yes.
One called Dragon Valor, which is a lot of fun.
These are all upstairs, aren't they?
Some of them are, yeah.
The PlayStation itself is upstairs.
Yeah, there was a Rugrats game.
Excellent.
It was a great time.
And you and the Nicky Gabby and the Gabby Nicky just sat around and played all day?
Yeah, pretty much. Gabby was really young at this point. I can't even really remember her being around, but me and Nicky definitely played.
Right.
Yeah.
How exciting. I struggle because my memory is getting worse the more years that I obtain in my immortal life. So that's why I have them all contained in a jar and I just reach in when I need them.
Put them in the jar.
So one that I've pulled out is that one year I got a big boy bike, Tim.
A big boy bike?
I got a big boy bike. I got a red Huffy, I believe.
Okay.
Which is from a little known bike maker called Kmart. Not sure if you're aware of them.
No, never heard.
Yeah, they're pretty niche. I did get that. I have told that story before. That's my story where I felt like a really shit child because I closed my eyes and Mum and Dad said, "Guess what you've gotten for Christmas?" And I said, "Thunderbirds, Tracy Island," very confidently.
Oh, no.
And it was the bike instead. And that's it's hard to come back from that.
Yeah, definitely.
And my parents have disowned me ever since.
Yeah.
It's the same as the fact that I don't eat Mum's ice cream pudding. So I got a bike. That was one that I got.
Yeah, bike.
And that was good because before that, I had my sister's pink bike. And I got that because I had to go to school and do one of those like ride around the little fake village thing at school.
Right.
I couldn't ride a bike at that point. I was in like year 3 or year 2 and I couldn't ride a bike.
Yeah, right.
So I had to quickly learn how to ride a bike. But the only bike we had was my sister's pink bike. So then Dad was a godsend and we got some green spray paint and spray painted the shit out of that bike.
Yeah, to spray it up.
Yeah, I didn't want a pink bike. It clashes my outfit, really.
Yeah.
So I had a green
pink
bike.
on pink just doesn't look good, does it?
Yeah. So it was probably in that similar time frame that then I got my big boy red
a bike is a very classic Australian kid gift, isn't it? I mean, I'm not really sure about overseas because I mean in terms of like because we have summer Christmas here.
Yeah. So
a lot of places overseas have winter Christmas. I imagine they probably don't.
They get more ice
necessarily
mobiles.
They don't really. Yeah. Ice skates. I don't know. I just don't imagine they get bikes
and because,
necessarily.
Because our summer holiday is Christmas, and summer holiday you go for bike rides with the family, you ride around. Yeah, so so I remember the bike. I can't think of anything else. As I said, because of my memory is not great, I can't remember what was Christmas or birthday. But I'm going to assume that one of the Game Boys that I got was on Christmas.
Classic Game Boy.
And a Game Boy gift is the gift that keeps on giving because once you get any kind of gaming console, it's like gaming consoles are the gifts that keep on giving because you buy the console and then you just get games.
Yeah, that's logistically true.
That's how it works. It's good.
Yep.
Did you Game Boy or were you PlayStation only?
I boy gamed. Yeah, right. Game Boyed. I got mine for my birthday, which is just 1 week after Christmas.
Yeah, you're a dickhead.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Totally my fault. Shouldn't have done that.
Absolutely, your problem.
Definitely my problem there. No, on the kind of the classic Australian gift bandwagon, the other one, because it's summer, we talked about this before.
It is summer.
Is water guns.
Water guns, water pistols, water pistols, cannons, if you will. I had a water cannon once.
Yeah. And usually maybe in the stocking you get like a bag of water bombs.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's a pretty classic Australian kid gift.
Now, so on Boxing Day, my family tends to have a water fight at some point.
Yeah.
Not just me and my sisters and my mum and dad. There's a larger family there, and there are children.
Yeah.
But even if the children don't get involved. Anyway, so we would have water pistols and that, and we'd have water balloons. But now you get those awesome ones where it's got that little attachment that you put it on. You put it onto the tap, and you fill it, and then the balloons are like on these little pipey things, but they all fall off and automatically tie themselves.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's like you get like 100 water balloons. All you have to do is turn the tap on, and they all just fall off. It's amazing.
I want that.
Yeah, I think I've got one in the house somewhere. I bought it for Haley one year, which is my niece. I buy it, so like I'm still buying water-related presents.
Oh yeah,
because Christmas Day and Boxing Day tend to be some of the hottest days.
Oh sweet Jesus, it's so hot.
It's
yeah,
like
it's
usually
so hot.
it's usually no less than 30.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it'll be hot, and then at some point it'll probably storm, and so you're all outside, and then it might rain.
Yeah, it'll storm. It'll have like that 30-minute storm,
Yeah.
kind of towards the end of the afternoon, and then it'll be nice. It'll be nice after that.
I don't know if I ever want to do white Christmas, like cold Christmas. I do like cold climates, but I'm pretty fond of hot Australian Christmas.
I think I got to experience it at least once at
Yeah.
some point. But yeah, I do have a particular fondness for going to the beach on Christmas Day and all that sort of hoo-ha that comes with Australian Christmas.
And so that actually going to the beach, that's another present. You might get a boogie board,
Yeah.
or some classic Wahoo utensils.
Oh, Wahoo.
Fuck yeah.
And that's all you're saying the entire time,
so we
isn't
say
it?
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Wahoo for those of you playing at home. I don't know if Wahoo were American or Australian. They made it sound like it was Australian. But they are just like basically balls or like frisbees or that, but they're all made with like wetsuit material.
Yeah, they're like beach toys.
Yeah.
Beach and pool toys, yeah.
So they're weird, but like if you had a pool, you automatically had a Wahoo toy in it. Like it just came with the pool, I think.
And like noodles.
And an aqueduct. We've talked about the aqueduct before.
Yeah.
The duck is a duck, quack, 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 quack.
A lot of that sort of stuff, but in like a fancier variety, because we live in the Instagram age, is starting to make a comeback, like those big inflatable flamingos and shit like that. It's not the same. It's not the same because it's like an attempt to be fancy. But we're getting back to our roots.
I want to put it on record that the aqueduct, again, for those of you playing at home, it was just like it wasn't a bit of foam. It was basically all the styrofoam beans that you have in a beanbag in like a surrounding ring, and there was a net in it. And then you sat in it. That was literally one of the most comfortable things I've ever sat in my entire life.
Yeah, it was very comfortable.
Just net and water.
Yeah.
We didn't talk enough about the water pistols because they're super soakers and stuff. But one year, as I said, I got what was called a water cannon.
Right.
And it was the cannon itself was probably a meter or so long.
Jesus.
And it was girthy.
Yeah. It's a girthy.
But it was a Spider-Man water cannon, so it was black and red.
Well, when I think water cannon, I
Yeah,
do
think
associate it with
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. So it makes sense that they would brand it Spider-Man.
So it was black and red. And I'm pretty sure I would have gotten this for Christmas because my birthday's in August. It's not really hot then. And it was one of those, like, the thing about water pistols is they always shoot further than you would ever humanly need. It's like, this water pistol will shoot 800 meters.
Good. Then I can snipe at the guy at the end of the beach.
I will take down the plane that's just flying above me. So yeah, it was one of those that had like, it had like a range of like 3 or 4 meters. And I can just remember just pulling, it was great. I think that didn't get thrown out until...
Did you ever have those moments, especially in water bomb fights, there's always a couple of water bombs that aren't filled up enough.
Yeah.
So that when you throw them, you hit someone and it hits them really hard but doesn't break, and then that person starts to cry. And,
If someone doesn't cry in a water fight, I don't know what you're doing wrong.
Yeah. The water fight continues until somebody cries. That's how it works. That's when the game ends.
And then mum or dad comes out and goes, "That's enough. No more. We're not playing anymore."
Oh, Leon, look what you've... We're all having a good time, mate, and you've just been silly about it. No, don't... No, I'm done.
You're that one kid. Everyone's throwing water balloons, and you throw a rock, and then you're the bad guy.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah,
you're the dickhead for throwing a rock. So yeah, water-based presents, bikes, cricket sets.
The classic Boxing Day backyard test.
Well, yeah, because the real test is on that day.
They do start the proper Boxing Day test, but all across the nation in backyards all over Australia, everyone's playing cricket except me because I don't like to participate in sporting in any way.
I like to play a bit of family cricket. I was telling Tim I played a bit of cricket at the work Christmas party the other day, but they were all playing as if it was Australian level, and I am not an athlete, so I'm still sore and it's 3 days on.
Yeah, well done.
But
Congrats.
so that was that as well. With Mousetrap, I do want to clarify that I have never played a proper game of Mousetrap.
Really?
Because I got Mousetrap one year and it was like missing a piece or something. And so it never worked.
Well, there you go.
Whereas Elise likes Mousetrap because she had a working one, much like you did.
Maybe we should try and get it'd definitely be very expensive now.
I think you can still buy it. Like,
I'm sure.
Like just as a new game. To get the original one, it would be very expensive. Tim, on my list of games and things that you can get for Christmas, I've got a list of the best toys from the 90s because...
That's when we were getting toys.
That was when we were getting toys. I'm still getting toys. I will never not get toys. If anyone decides that I get to the age where I'm not getting toys, just unfriend me or unfamily me.
Yeah.
Because
Defamilify. Yeah.
Like this year, I got myself a Switch as a present. Like I'm still getting Game Boys. I'm just
yeah.
older.
You buy yourself presents. I don't really do that.
Yeah, I am rich. So
Yeah. Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Do I call it a game man now? Like
Yeah.
when does Game Boy become Game Man?
When do you have to stop legally playing with a Game Boy?
Yeah. Well, I was playing my Game Boy Advance the other day, which I think is for 16 plus.
Yeah, the boy's advanced. He's advanced for his age.
Allowed to buy alcohol.
Yeah.
But on this list is Buzz Lightyear. Did you ever have a Buzz Lightyear toy?
I didn't, but I did love the idea of it.
I had one.
Yeah.
And mine though was not white and green and purple.
What? Oh, you had the silver one?
I had the silver
Oh,
one.
no.
I had the silver
That was the
one.
deluxe version.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying that my parents are great, but they're pretty great.
Damn, Anthony and Janelle sprung on that Christmas.
Yeah, that was the year that we didn't eat for weeks because I had a deluxe Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dope present. I
That's
just
a
had
dope present.
Buzz
That's a
Lightyear
really good
costume
present.
I used to run around. That's another
Yeah.
story. I did tell you before, what I don't like about this list of toys that I've got in front of me is that one of the things that it says was a popular toy in the 90s is Star Wars toys.
Star Wars toys in general.
That's just a very broad
Star
category.
Wars toys are always popular, regardless of the time period.
Especially with all the new ones coming out.
Yeah.
What about Power Rangers toys?
Oh, Power Rangers toys was a big one.
What kind of Power Rangers toys did you have?
I think I had like just a few action figures, to be honest.
What colours?
I don't know, the colours that they were.
What, all of them?
Yeah.
You had a whole full set.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I definitely had a blue one or two because blue is my favorite, as we've talked about before.
Yeah.
I think my sisters may have had a pink or a yellow one, or maybe that was mine. I don't know. But the one I always remember is that I had a black ninja one from that ninja movie they did.
Yeah, right.
Where his like token animal was like a cane toad or some shit.
Yeah, right.
But I had him. He was good at kicking.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Kick Boy.
Yeah, Kicks McGee. You know, it was a good present.
Right.
Action Man, the greatest hero of them all.
That's another one I never had, but I knew a lot of people that had Action Man, the greatest hero of them all, which is the way you have to say his name.
You can't say it. Action Man, the greatest hero of them all, is much like the Guy Joes. I think it's pronounced the G.I. Joes.
Yeah, G.I. Joes. Yeah.
It's much like that, but he is the greatest hero of them all.
Yeah.
And
He's
his name
Action
isn't
Man,
Joe. His name
the
is
greatest hero of them all.
Action Man. First name Action, last name Man.
Yeah.
Middle name greatest hero of them all, but said at the end.
Yeah. It's in inverted commas. You know how there's like William Butts McGee,
Yeah.
like, and Butts is like in commas. It's like Action, the greatest hero of them all.
Yeah.
That's how it's written on his tombstone. Although I don't think he's actually
he
dead.
can't die.
How old would he be by now?
Action Man, the greatest hero of them all.
He'd be like 70?
God, that depends on what year he came out.
I
think
no
he came
idea.
out. I don't think he came out much before you and I were around, or he came out when we were around. I don't think he was around before
when we were around.
when we were little tuckers. If we're talking about before, then you've got Ken, which I also owned a Cool Shave Ken.
I did have a Cool Shave Ken too, as well, actually. Yeah.
Well. And from that experience of shaving Ken, I just grow a beard now. It was too stressful.
Yeah.
Ken and I had a hard time, Had to dump his head in hot water and then pull it out.
Yeah. And that's how I've been shaving my entire life. I don't understand people that can shave with razors. I have to do it with a thin sponge.
It's basically
and I just
a squeegee.
rub it on my face
Yeah.
until the fur.
That's the reason that you
comes
and I
off.
have beards, because we
Yeah.
just dunk our head in hot water and then
Yeah.
use a squeegee and nothing happens.
Yeah, that's how I shave.
And then you get the little bottle of lotion, the scented
Yeah.
lotion. I've got an Action Man upstairs still. That's the one with the weird eyes that I like to freak people out with by moving his eyes.
yeah.
on this list is also what they list. So this list is a UK list, but we shared a lot of the same toys. They have a talk boy, but as we said, that for us was a yak.
Yak back. Yeah. You record like a 30-second phrase, and then you could press the button, and it would just play it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was a great way to be like, my sister smells. Don't show mum and dad.
Suck.
Yeah.
You suck. You suck.
But the thing was, you could like just play
Yeah.
it normally, and then there was usually like a fast forward version. I think there was like you could play backwards.
Some of them had a fart button on them.
Yeah.
That's pretty standard. Yeah.
I think I actually have seen a talk boy before. It looked like that, the talk boy.
I've never seen that in my life.
I think I may have seen one. But this is what I don't understand though, is that on this Christmas list there is a super soaker. If you're in England and you get a super soaker for Christmas, you're going to blast ice bullets at your friends.
Yeah, enjoy your pneumonia.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea. Yeah.
Maybe they fill it up with hot water.
Oh God.
Boiling water. Oh, it hurts, but it's so nice.
Yeah.
They have on here, they call it the Texter dog, like TEKSTA, which I don't remember if that was the brand name, but those Robo dogs, the silver ones.
Oh yeah, I can vaguely remember them.
I had one that was silver and blue. It had blue ears, and they were flappy ears, and they were great.
Yeah,
he could sit down.
They could
walk.
They could do things that a real dog could do.
Do you remember when Macca's had those kind of toys?
Yeah, they had miniature versions of that particular toy.
Yeah,
as well.
but not shit ones. Like they were actually functioning ones.
Yeah, Macca's used to have good toys. Let's not get on this tangent, but Macca's toys now are terrible.
Did you, Timothy Darrell Green, have a Tamagotchi?
No, but I did have Digimon.
That is not the same. How
They're not the same.
dare
but,
you?
Yeah, I never
You
had a
can't
Tamagotchi.
fight with Tamagotchis. Let's talk about Tamagotchis first. So Tamagotchis, the only function of a Tamagotchi is to look at a little screen, whatever animal you have on it, feed it, clean up its poop, and if you leave it for like, I don't know, 0.5 milliseconds unattended, it will die.
Yeah.
And you got a dead Tamagotchi on your hand. They have brought out Tamagotchis this year, and it was very exciting.
Yeah, I think you can get it on your smartphones.
Oh, really?
Now as well, yeah. I think they have an app.
Oh. I don't know. You kind of want the little egg-shaped thing.
Yeah, for nostalgia purposes.
Considering that...
Logistically, it's just easier to have them on your phone, isn't it?
Considering tamago is egg in Japanese.
Okay.
So it's Tamagotchi. It's an
Yep.
egg. Small egg.
Cool.
You know how ochi is Japanese for small egg?
Yeah. Right. Yep.
Digimon, though. What kind
yeah.
of Digimon did you have? Did you have one of the little square
Yeah,
coloured
one of the
brick ones?
very first ones. Yeah.
They were cool.
They were cool. And we used to battle them.
Right.
It was such a good time.
Again, leave them for 0.5 milliseconds, they're dead. Which you had to leave them in your bag because they got banned at school.
Yeah.
I had a big one. I had one about probably just about the size of my phone right now. It was this huge thing. It was like a deluxe edition again from either Nana or Mum and Dad. And it was a beast of a machine. And I was smashing everyone at school, like beating all of them. And then, I literally had to put it in my bag for a bit. It missed out on one of its very important meals. And I held a funeral for him. And because, once the Digimon dies, you've just got to throw it out. You can't reset it. You've just got to throw it in the bin.
No. I don't think that's you. Yep. Nah, sure.
Oh, no.
We'll go with that. We'll go with
had
that.
it.
Yeah, why not?
Tickle Me Elmo? Did you get Tickle Me Elmo?
I didn't get it because I was too old at that point, but
Yeah, I
I
was
do
gonna say-
remember when it came out, and it was the biggest deal. It was on the news as like the number one thing to get for Christmas for kids that year. Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah, it was enormous.
Tickle Me Elmo, was that just the vibrating one? Or was that the one that also like bent over laughing and stuff like that? Or was that a new version of Tickle Me Elmo?
It kind of like, it did move its limbs a bit, and it definitely vibrated. I think that was kind of the extent. I don't think it bent over. I can't imagine why it would bend over.
Because laughing so hard you bend over. When your sides hurt. You know when I tell you jokes upstairs and you laugh so hard and you bend over?
I don't think that's ever happened.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
On this list is Pokemon cards, which I don't know if I ever got any for Christmas, and I don't think it's a great Christmas present personally.
Yeah, I mean,
I love Pokemon cards.
I would have been fine with it.
Yeah, but you would also... That would have been the first time as a kid where you would know exactly how much someone spent on you.
Yeah,
because
true.
you know how much the packs of Pokemon cards
Yeah,
cost.
that's true.
Everything can be worked out in how much it costs in Pokemon money.
Yeah.
What are we talking? Some 10 packs, a couple of 20 packs? What are we talking?
Yeah.
I can tell you my most hated gift that I never received, but I hated the actual thing.
What was it?
Guess. It was...
out of every toy that ever came out in the 90s.
It was animatronic, that's for sure.
Furby?
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, my sister had a
Fuck
Furby.
Furbies.
They were evil. They were not nice.
Fuck Furbies unless I want to sponsor the show. Then Furbies are alright by me.
Yeah. Do they still exist? I don't think they exist
They
anymore.
do, and they've gotten more fucked up. So Furbies back when we were knee-high to a grasshopper and a Furby, they had the the plastic eyes in them and all that kind of stuff. Now they have, now they have like digital eyes. So like they have like 8-bit eyes, which means that their eyes can do more things, I guess. There's that mode where you do you play some Pink Floyd to the Furby and its eyes start going in circles and psychedelic colors start shooting.
I don't remember that mode, but
no,
that
really?
does sound like a lot of fun.
No, yeah. So they're still around. Furbies were the gremlins of the real world.
Yeah, basically.
And if you did get them wet, but I think Furbies are the kind of thing that they just don't die.
Yeah, we used to have to put Nicky's in the cupboard where it was dark so that it would go to sleep and then do everything in our power not to wake it up because it was so annoying.
We tiptoed around our house for 13 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about Pogs? Did anyone just give you a handful of random assorted
I never had
Pogs?
Pogs. I honestly don't even really know what Pogs are.
They're Tarzos.
We'll call them Tarzos.
Or did you have Tarzos?
I had Tarzos,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, so they're Tarzos. But
But I wouldn't... No. You got them from a packet of chips.
That's the thing. That would mean that like Nana would be sitting around eating countless packets of chips, or I guess Terry would have been eating countless packets of chips, and they would have just gotten a stack of Tarzos for me and been like, I think we got Leon's Christmas present sorted this year.
Yeah, pretty much.
This list is a bit dumb though.
Yeah.
One of the things is a VHS recorder.
Yeah.
Did you ever receive that as a kid?
What were you shooting as a kid? Like, what?
Rollerblades are on this list. I had rollerblades. Did you?
That's a pretty classic Australian gift. Yeah, I did get rollerblades one year.
Could you roller skate?
No. Skate, if you got more than the blade of wheels, if you got multiple columns of wheels, I think it's referred to as a column of wheels.
Yes, the technical term.
Then I can't work it out. I can't do it.
It becomes more of a walk in skates than like a blade is the side push thing, but a skate, I can't work it out.
I prefer the blade myself.
Yeah, I'm a blade man. I'm a blade man. I'm a Game Boy. Discman.
I had many Discmans. I would use my Discman so often I probably had to replace it yearly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bad for your parental unit. Like
I actually, once I got a job, I would buy them myself. Or I would save up money that I had been given for my birthdays and stuff, and I would use it to buy a Discman, usually.
You purely had a job just to buy Discmans.
Yeah. I was doing 30-hour weeks.
Another year of work done, finally can buy a new Discman. Or a Sony Walkman. Yeah, no, I did have Discman. It was one of my most valued possessions. They were just not as portable as they made us believe, were they? Like,
no, that fucking anti-shock protection thing.
Yeah. There are multiple parts of the Discman that make it non-portable. Number one, its size. It would fit in a blazer pocket, I found out when I snuck my sisters out of the house one day so I could listen to a CD.
Nice.
That was in the year 7. I was still using Discmans in like those years.
Yeah, that was still Discman
7
era. I was probably just on the verge of getting my first 256 megabyte MP3 player at that point.
Oh yeah, I had a Dick Smith MP3 player. That's for bloody sure.
Yeah, you could fit like 20 songs on it.
Yeah, well, songs were smaller back then. Nowadays, it's 14 gigabytes for one Mariah Carey song I've heard.
Yeah. That's because nobody buys them. She can't afford to compress the files because she just doesn't have the budget for it.
Raw files.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that with a Discman is that if you want to listen to more than one disc, you've got to carry your CD case.
Yeah.
So it becomes a whole...
It's a whole ordeal.
You got to get your Discman backpack.
I don't miss the CD days. I don't at all.
No, although the audio quality is about the same now. I talked to you about Doodle Bear. You didn't have a Doodle Bear.
Never had a Doodle Bear.
But I've got a Doodle Bear. It was a bear that you just drew on and then put in the washing machine. My sisters had it. I think it was made out of denim, more than anything. Did your sisters have a baby born?
Yes, but not for Christmas. Gabby had a baby born, I think. Baby
Born was a classic birthday Christmas present for a very long time.
Yeah, because you know what I want for Christmas is a plastic child that when I put water in its mouth, I have to literally feed it on the toilet.
Yeah,
because it pisses immediately.
Basically what happens to me when I eat anything.
Yeah.
I actually remember a better Baby Born than that. Rather than liquid coming out of it, it was...
Poops.
No, yeah, but it was it's so hard to describe. It was like a little plastic thing that came out of its bum, but it was on a spring, so you just had to push it back in.
Pushed.
So it just kind of like shut out and just pushed it back in, which was very hard for me when I was learning to toilet train because I had learned.
Yeah, just trying to push it back in constantly.
Yeah, once it goes out, it goes back in, right? And that's how I got Crohn's. Bratz is on this list. I don't think Bratz were like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, Nikki had brats.
Bratz were dumb.
Yeah, I don't know when that was. Yeah, there was whatever period Nikki would have been young enough to get those.
I didn't buy into the old the Bratz game. There was the Stretch Armstrong. We spoke about that, the stretchy toy. Did you have one of those?
No, never had one of those.
What about Beanie Babies?
No, wasn't a Beanie Babies person.
Really?
No.
None at all?
None.
But there was a Beanie Baby for every occasion.
Yeah.
There was the Beanie Baby wearing the Rastafarian hat. There was the Beanie Baby that was rainbow coloured.
Well, there's 2 occasions covered.
Yeah, that's 90% of occasions have been covered in those 2 Beanie Babies.
When you're going out, you're thinking, oh fuck, this is going to be a very Rastafarian oriented day.
Yeah,
I've got a Beanie Baby for this. Yeah.
You know what was better than Beanie Babies? Smelly Bellies.
I don't really remember
Smelly Bellies were like, again, bear toys and that, but they smelt like different things. And they came in eggs, like, as bears do.
Yeah.
When the bear hatches in the wild.
Bear eggs, yeah.
They were good. The last thing on that list was an interesting choice for the last one. And again, it didn't say toys, it just said the name of the thing. It just said Street Sharks.
Well, I think it speaks for itself, doesn't it?
It does.
They were sharks on the street.
I know, this is something that we've mentioned before. Did you have a Street Shark story?
I did have a Street Shark, yes. And he had rollerblades.
Yeah, the rollerblading one was very cool.
Yeah.
Did they all rollerblade? I think they all had a different
that
mode
was
of
their
transport.
thing. Was they were very 90s.
Yeah.
They did. I think they all rollerbladed.
They had a hammerhead shark in there. You know what I never hear about anymore?
Hammerhead sharks. I know. I feel like I was obsessed with hammerhead sharks
because
when I was
they were the
growing up.
coolest shark. Their name was the hammerhead shark.
Why were we so obsessed in the 90s when we were young in Australia? For some reason, all kids seemed to be obsessed with hammerhead sharks. I don't know what it was.
I believe there are 2 reasons that we were obsessed with hammerhead sharks. Number 1, street sharks. Number 2, in the I think it was the Flipper movie that came out back then.
I was going to say it was something to do with Flipper as well.
The bad guy was a hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
And so I remember being very scared of the hammerhead shark. But hammerheads were the thing. But like literally, I've watched a lot of documentaries, and they go in the ocean and they do shark stuff, and I'm like, can we talk about hammerheads for a bit?
Yeah, I think they're really timid. I don't think they really give a shit, right?
I don't think they come out very much. They're also a pretty bad build for shark. They've got a pretty small mouth and they've got those long eyes on stem.
Yeah. But I remember,
they might also be endangered. The best Christmas gift you could give us this year is a hammerhead shark.
No, the best Christmas gift you could ever give anybody, any male in the Australian society, the Lynx pack.
Oh,
we all know the Lynx pack. I'm talking about, you get the body spray.
Yes.
You get yourself this kind of it was like another little spray, this sort of like a crap cologne.
Yes.
The shower gel.
There we go.
That's the real
big
prize.
Money. That's the big money.
That was the real prize, was the shower gel. Because that would last forever.
It was exfoliating too,
sometimes
you got to get that out.
And of course, it was Africa or nothing.
Oh yeah, Africa or go home, really.
Yeah. But, I really looked forward to getting that every single year.
If you didn't smell like Lynx Africa 24/7, I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, we're a generation. We all just smelt like Africa.
What do you think when you bear child, which is coming up for you, I know.
Yeah, it is on my to-do list for the next year.
When Christmas comes around, how much will you be buying the present for the child versus buying the present so you have something to play with?
I think that's going to be directly related to how old the child is and how much they can actually enjoy it.
Okay.
In the early years, they're not going to know about it at all, are they? So I can do whatever I want.
I bought the baby a automatic Nerf gun.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it'll vary. You got to try and guide the kids into shit that you like, I think, is the main point.
Yeah, so your child's just going to immediately have to like Harry Potter.
Yeah. Basically.
I think the only reason to have children is so you can buy toys and play with them yourself.
Yeah. Fuck biology. Fuck
Evolution.
Letting the human race continue to exist. It's all about the toys.
If there's two things that you're going to take away from this podcast, number one, Christmas is only about the gifts. Number two, only have a child so that you can buy toys for yourself.
Yes. Exactly.
What are you doing this year for Christmas, Tim?
Going up to Sydney's.
Sydney.
That's what nobody calls Sydney.
And the winner
except me just then.
Is Sydney.
Hanging out with my sisters and mother on Xmas Day and seeing my dad on the day of box.
All right.
Boxes.
Well, you better take your gloves because
yeah.
Daryl packs a punch.
Boxing Day. That's how it rolls.
Boxing Day named for when you see your family and they just punch you square in the face.
Yeah.
What will you be feasting on this year?
I have no idea. I assume that's something that will be figured out later on.
Is your family more of a Christmas Day barbecue family, or are you more of a Christmas Day oven family?
Traditionally oven, but it varies. It can vary. I'm not really sure. I think, in essence, I'll be having two of those sorts of meals this year.
True.
One with mum, one with dad.
Yes.
And the girls. I think dad might be more oven.
Right.
And maybe mum will be barbecue. That's my punt.
It sometimes depends on the masses as well. Like the
It
more
does.
people you've got, sometimes the easier it is to barbecue.
Yeah.
Unless you just buy a whole pig.
Oh, give me that pig.
Christmas ham. I don't care how many Christmas episodes we do of this podcast, Tim, but I will never stop talking about Christmas ham being better than all other ham.
Oh, yeah. You can tell if it's Christmas or not.
Some call it ham from the bone the rest of the year, but we all know it's Christmas ham.
It's Christmas ham. What will you be doing?
I will also be going to Sydney. As per usual, I think, as we've said, I have my Christmas Day with mum's side of the family, which is, like 50 or so people. And then I have Boxing Day with dad's side of the family, which is like 50 or so people. They're big events. Boxing Day usually involves a bit of bocce, pretty competitive. And that'll also be the time we play cricket. Christmas Day is more sitting around just gorging myself on food. Both days I gorge myself, but one of those days I'll probably be more active than the other. So I'll be doing that.
Fabulous.
In terms of barbecue versus oven, I think my family's always been a bit of an oven family more. We eat a lot of turkey loaf.
Turkey loaf.
Or like the turkey that you buy, which is better than real turkey.
See, turkey has never been a big fixture of our Christmas. It's always been the harder meats, your chickens, your porks, your lambs.
Yeah.
There's sometimes a bit of turkey in there, but
throw a bit in there for good measure.
Yeah.
Poor mum, she basically has to make a turkey for each child. So that's 3 turkeys plus whatever her and dad are going to have because we just eat the shit out of them. Elise and I are having one tonight. Because
yum.
we're adults. And Christmas ham and probably a bit of, sometimes some lamb and some chicken, and it's just usually meat and bread, and there'll be some potatoes, and someone will bring like a pasta salad or a potato salad, which you can fuck right off if you ask me.
And I am asking you.
And then you've got the lollies and stuff and the chocolates.
Oh, the crappy Christmas lollies. When there's a point.
The tree juice.
Yeah, sort of. But there's a point where these lollies come out and they're not really branded, but they've got I can't even describe them. Some of them have coconut shavings on the outside. Do you know the ones I'm talking about?
I know the ones you're talking about.
Yeah. There's a brand. These lollies only come out at Christmas, and you'll find them in the crappy section of the Australian supermarkets,
like
in
Kmart.
the Christmas section. I did in inverted commas to that one. And you will never find them any other time of the year. But I look forward to them because they're so bad. Yeah. And I can only have them once a year.
I like to not enjoy myself on Christmas Day.
I'm a big fan of terrible things. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm a big fan of, if it is just awful, then I would like a lot of it.
Well, it's like when we talk about, watching reality TV or having bad people on Facebook. It's just to enjoy the horribleness of it. What I couldn't find? We had a little housemate Christmas gathering last night, which involved Uber Eats and some bonbons and a lot of glitter.
Yeah. Everything you would find in a normal Christmas.
Yeah, a normal Christmas.
Uber Eats especially.
I couldn't find chocolate Santas with marshmallow in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I looked everywhere throughout Coles. They had chocolate Santa that was just solid chocolate, and I was like, what's wrong with you? They had chocolate Santa that had caramel inside, and I was like, what is wrong with you? They did have the popping candy elves.
I was about to ask. That was my next question, is if they had the popping candy elves.
They did, and now you're pissed off I didn't buy them. But chocolate Santa, like marshmallow, chocolate, Santa-shaped.
They're kind of a fixture of Christmas that I don't eat a lot of, but I do appreciate having one or two over the Christmas season. Yeah.
Will you be buying Draco Malfoy, the dog, present?
My sister's dog, Draco. Oh, have we ever talked about Draco on the show? I don't know.
I think so, because I usually call him Malfoy, I'm pretty sure.
He's a cutie patootie. Yes, I will be getting him a present, definitely.
He's a cutie patootie that gets rock hard when he looks at the view.
Okay. Yeah, that happened one time when Leon came to my sister's house. He was looking outside, and yes, the lipstick did get wound out. It happened one time.
Yeah, and it's like that was the first time. But
that was before he was desexed as well. So
it's because usually dogs will they'll get a bit randy just in general for something else. But he was literally just staring into the void and just like, dear God, I am horny.
Yeah. But anyway, I believe I'm going to have to share a bedroom with him.
Oh, that'll be good. Yeah. Just make sure he doesn't look outside.
Yeah. It'll be, and by bedroom, I mean I'm going to have to sleep in my sister's lounge room, and he will also be sleeping in the lounge room, so that'll be fun.
So you will get him a present? Sorry, that was
of course I'll get him a present. Yeah. Of course.
We were talking about getting Khaleesi something today. She needs a new scratching post,
Yeah.
She told us. She put it on her list.
Yeah.
She checked it twice. Last thing to double check. Santa's coming over. What do you leave out for him?
What do I leave for Santa?
As a child, because right now you would probably just wait up for him and just have a bit of a chat with him.
Yeah, I'd chill with him.
But as a child, what was the thing that you were leaving?
We would do fruitcake.
Right.
Yeah. We never did the cookies thing. Fruitcake. I think we did. I don't really remember, to be honest. Maybe milk, possibly beer.
Yeah, see, that's where I was going.
Possibly beer. I can't remember, but we did. Because I lived out in Bonville, which is an area kind of south of Coffs, and we were on an acre, we would put out 9 carrots and a bucket of water for the reindeer as well. Yeah.
That was the world that we were more in. It was carrots and I think light beer.
Yeah.
I don't know what Santa got to eat. I'm sure Mum will tell me on Facebook.
Yeah,
but
comment on this.
Yeah,
on this
Mum,
post.
Mum, just let me know. Mum's gonna both our parents are gonna be correcting us, being like, "You never got that for Christmas."
Yeah,
that was all made up. Excuse me. Good, Tim. What's that sound?
I reckon it's the
Harold Holt watch. That was very mundane for us. It was
very synchronized in a way it hadn't been before.
We're in sync. We're even finishing each other's
sandwiches.
Yes, thank you very much.
That was a joke stolen from Frozen.
That's what I was hoping for. So, Tim, this week we have a Harold Holt watch.
Yes, we do.
It was sent in by Susan from Mount Gambier.
Mount Gambier?
Yeah, so it's come not really a long way. It's come a bit of a way. And Susan writes, "Dear Tim and Leon, love the show, love you guys. Happy Christmas."
Thank you, Susan.
I'm loving the short sentences myself.
Yeah.
We love you, Susan, but in a very platonic kind of way.
In the kind of way somebody says that when they don't know you, but they want to make you feel good because they're doing a podcast.
Yes.
That sort of way.
That kind of way. Like, we don't actually, if anything, we don't actually want to talk to you. Anyway, and Susan writes, Tim, Leon.
I thought it was directed to me.
No, just Tim. Tim, Leon, I was watching my VHS tape of A Wiggly Wiggly Christmas from 1990.
First of all, Susan, I'm going to need to borrow that off you.
Yeah, first of all, can we borrow that?
Yeah.
Not from the year, I think it's 1996, I think we talked about it before, but she's saying from the 90s.
Yeah.
And whilst I was watching the expert rendition of Feliz Navidad, I noticed that one of the puppeteers became visible. Oh. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, we'll show the video later on, but there was, puppets. They were like, I think...
Yeah, little Spanish lizards? Puppet or something. I don't know what they were.
Lizards and sombreros.
Some kind of weird thing, yeah.
Anyway, Susan continues. One of the puppeteers became visible. He had white hair and a very distinct look to his face. But as soon as he realized that he was on camera, he immediately disappeared, and the puppet disappeared too.
Maybe we need to... Oh, okay.
I believe that this was our ex-Prime Minister, Harold Holt.
Yeah, right.
Could you please investigate for me? Can't wait for your excellent show that'll be happening in Japan in the new year.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work. Thanks,
Susan. Susan from Mount Gambier is really psyched about our Japanese show. Yeah,
Yeah, we're going to go over there.
that makes sense. Yeah,
I love Susan from Mount Gambier. Thank you, Susan. That is interesting. Now, we're going to have to play back the footage on that one.
we're gonna have to watch it a lot of times, I think.
Yes, multiple times. Now, it is important that for this Harold Holt watch, we also acknowledge that today is the day, right now, so we're recording on the 17th of December,
17th, yes, on the
that
Sunday.
Harold Holt went missing at sea.
50 years ago.
Yeah, which
Exactly
is
50 years ago today.
a crazy amount of time. And as much as we do have our joke and we have our fun, we do, we do show our respect to the family and to Harold himself.
Of course.
It's just a very interesting thing to have happened in Australian history.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So good on you, Harold, and good on your family. But I think he's hiding in Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, Feliz Navidad, Prospero Año y Felicidad. That's what he's.
I want to
that's
wish you
what
a
he wants
Merry
to
Christmas
say to Australia.
from the bottom of my heart.
Yes.
Brilliant. Tim, for this Christmas season, I give the gift of 2 recommendations for you.
Okay.
One of those is change everything about yourself.
Well, that's an easy one to pick up on. Thank you.
Be yourself unless you can be someone else.
Yeah.
No. So the first recommendation is one that we gave last week or the week before.
Yeah.
For our friend Kim, who does playthrough videos. You can find her at Kinda, Kinda, Dorky Fun Times. Kinda Dorky Fun Times. Watch those videos. They're always enjoyable. She dates pigeons. She goes into weird houses.
This is not the videos. This is her as a person.
Yeah, it's been getting weird lately.
Yeah.
And then I would also recommend to follow Kim's husband Bryn and his amazing photography work. I think you would have seen my posters when we did our Fringe shows. Bryn took the photos. Actually, Kim designed the poster. So you can find him at Bryn Teylor Photography.
Correct. Bryn with one N, because
Yes.
I always think it's 2.
Bryn, Taylor as you would spell Taylor, and photography as you would also spell photography.
Yeah.
With double P.
If you need some photography work done in the Melbourneian district, he does great con work. He does a lot of work with the cons and stuff as well.
Yes, he does. They both do
conventions.
the work with the cons.
And just generally great photography. So jump on board, have a look at his work, and book him now.
Book him, pay him. If you don't pay him, we'll pay you. Well, no, that doesn't work.
No, you can, that's your obligation. I'm not a... Yeah.
I also want to thank T. Smirl, Smirly Christmas Tea.
Just saying the word Christmas at
No,
some
but like
point in the
Christmas
name.
tree, like
Oh,
Christmas
Christmas tea,
Smirly
okay.
Christmas Tea, Teylor Smirl, who I'm sure listens every time that we tag her.
Yeah.
For our amazing cover art, which makes us look very good and very Christmassy.
And I already did Christmas tree, what was it? Fern tree music? Christmas tree
Didn't
music?
you do Oh Fern
Tree?
Yeah,
Did something like that.
If
I
you didn't,
I already
it's
did
good.
that joke, so I
Yeah.
can't do that. I was going to go with like a furnace joke regarding chestnuts.
Yes.
So
roasting
all
on
of,
the open
the, all,
furnace.
all of the pieces are there.
Yes.
Put it together yourself. Yeah.
This is a DIY joke.
No, but Fern Tree Music, Curtis Fernance for his introduction, and the Harold Holt watch music as per usual. Thank
Yes.
you, sir.
Good. And if you're trimpsing around, I think you can still find our version of Go Santa Go from last year.
Yeah, maybe we'll post it again.
Yeah, I think it's around. Anyway, what?
What were you going to say?
I was going to say we're also part of the Auscast Network, which is a great network. We made a bunch of recommendations for a bunch of new shows that started in the last couple of weeks, which are all very good.
Absolutely.
We hang out there, so hang out with them and check out Auscast Extra,
Yeah.
the channel that gives you recommendations for podcasts, so you
Gives
don't
you
even have to do the legwork.
Tasters of the other shows.
Yeah, it gives you a
See if
teaser
you like
and the
them.
best episode.
I was going to say this is probably going to be the last episode for a couple weeks because of the Christmas period.
Correct.
So Merry Christmas.
Tim, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Well, thank you. Mine was kind of more of a Merry Christmas, kind of like a passing
Yeah. No,
if we're comparing
Oh, okay.
how it was
Well,
set.
I was just because I don't want to talk to you until after Christmas now.
Yeah.
No, it is Merry Christmas to you, to your family, to your family's family, and to all that come after them and have come before them.
Yes, to people.
To people in general.
To those who celebrate a Merry Christmas is what I'm saying to you, and a Happy Hanukkah to those who are of the Jewish faith.
Yes,
because it's the same time period.
And
so.
a blessed
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa, that's the one.
Yep.
I always think about The Simpsons when I think of that, when Krusty does the Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a blessed Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
So basically, Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it. Happy holidays in general for all of us. Be safe, everyone.
Yes, if you're driving somewhere, for God's sake, take breaks, drive at an appropriate speed, and don't drink and drive. Be safe. It's a hard season.
It is a hard season. Lots of things can happen, so we don't want that to happen to any of our listeners or anyone at all. But be safe, travel safe. If you're in England or America, we don't know what to do to be safe because we don't have snow.
Yeah.
But do the stuff there. And if you're in Australia, just make sure you have some water, Matt, and make sure you have some water.
And don't go swimming until about 30 to 40 minutes after you eat. Your mum said it. You thought it was a lie. It's not a lie. You're going to get a stitch. All right?
Yes.
You understand?
Unless there are crocodiles and you're in the water already, then swim as fast as you can whenever you're ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Well, yeah, it's been good. This is the end of the show forever. Bye, Tim. Bye, fans. It's been real. Yeah. No, share it with everyone. It's great. We love you all. Tim.
Yeah?
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Tim.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Leon.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Catch you on the Christmas flippity flop.
Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Auscast Network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Auscast.
Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.